Nothing in this podcast or on our website should be construed as medical advice. Consult your healthcare provider for your individual nutritional and medical needs. The information presented is based on our research and is strictly that of the author and not necessarily those of any professional group or other individual.
Hi, I'm Sue Becker from Bread Beckers. Welcome to Sue's Healthy Minutes. I'm so excited you've joined me today, and I hope this episode encourages you and allows you to find the answers you have been praying for the health of you and your family. I do want to continue to encourage you to add some diversity in your whole grain choices and in your quest to make whole grains the foundation of your healthy eating resolutions. But today, I thought first I should answer a couple of questions that have come up over the years, but a very practical one since I shared Dr. James Anderson's 1, 2, 3, 4 high fiber food eating plan in episode 48 of Sue's Healthy Minutes. If you haven't listened already, I encourage you to go back and listen. But in case you missed the episode, I will do a very quick recap here. Dr. James Anderson from the University of Kentucky came up with a simple eating plan that not only helped to control your blood sugar, but also lose some weight in the process. His easy program he called the 1, 2, 3 high fiber eating plan, and it was simply to include in your diet 1 serving from the cereal group, either a prepared high fiber cereal choice or something like granola or oatmeal. 2 servings of fresh fruit every day, 3 servings of vegetables every day, and 4 servings of starch, which includes high fiber whole grains, breads, brown rice, or pasta. The bread, of course, we want to be made from freshly milled flour. Several listeners responded to that podcast by asking a great question. What is a serving? So today, I thought I would answer this question as best I can, as well as a few other questions that come up often. I will pick back up on ways to use other grains next week. I really, though, don't want you to get too preoccupied with what makes a serving, but here are a few guidelines you can aim for. For most prepared cereals or granola, a serving is 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup. Some packaged cereals may suggest that 1 cup is a serving, but for most high fiber cereals, 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup is recommended. For most fruits and vegetables, a serving size is roughly 4 to 6 ounces. But to keep it simple, for fruit, 1 serving could be a piece, such as 1 apple, 1 banana, 1 pear, 1 peach or plum, etc. Any fruit that you can eat individually. For berries, the typical serving is 1/2 cup, and for melons, 1 cup or 3 to 4 ounces is considered a serving. A serving of cooked vegetables such as peas is about 1/2 cup, while green beans or broccoli is about 1 cup. But it will take a full 2 cups of raw leafy greens to make 1 serving. For the starch category, which includes our real bread and rolls made from freshly milled flour, whole grains, brown rice, or pasta, 2 slices of bread, 1 standard muffin, or 1 2 to 3 ounce roll, all made with freshly milled whole grains, of course, would be considered a serving. For boiled whole grains such as brown rice or oatmeal or wheat, and even cooked pasta, 1 cup cooked is 1 serving. Just remember, though, when you are eating a simple diet of real foods such as real fruits and vegetables and real whole grains, there is really no need to worry about calories or even getting too picky about what determines a serving. Real foods such as these are going to fill you up, so the chance of overeating or indulging with an oversized serving is going to be slim. High fiber foods fill you up and satisfy you naturally for a longer period of time. Another question, or should I say a comment I hear often, is that eating healthy is expensive. Over the years, I personally found that eating real food greatly reduced our food budget, especially for such a large family as ours. When I first started teaching and sharing about milling my own flour and baking all the bread, muffins, and pancakes and any other flour products for my family, people would also comment that I must spend all of my time in the kitchen. But I could honestly answer that the opposite was actually true. I found that adding real bread to our meals of other healthy real foods filled my children up and satisfied their hunger much longer than meals without real bread. I soon realized that my children no longer needed to snack between meals, which eliminated the need to have those types of foods available. When they did want a snack, we always had plenty of fresh fruit or, of course, some type of bread or muffin around. Eliminating constant hunger and wanting to eat or snack often can bring a huge reduction in the food budget as well as calories consumed. But you don't have to simply take my word for it. I decided I would do a little grocery cost comparisons to verify what I saw with my family. Let's start with, say, breakfast cereal. I did some research recently and found that one box of Raisin Bran, which might be one of the highest in fiber prepared breakfast cereals that kids might eat. The cost today for a 16-ounce box of Raisin Bran is $5.88. The nutritional information states that there are 7 one-cup servings in this box, which comes to about 84 cents per serving. That's without milk. Raisin Bran does supply about 7 grams of fiber per serving, but the downside is that along with that fiber comes a whopping 17 grams of sugar. For comparison purposes and to keep it simple, we'll just compare the actual cost of the cereals without milk. Now, I can tell you for sure that each one of my children could eat more than a 1-cup serving of commercially prepared cereal in one sitting. So I doubt seriously that one box of Raisin Bran is going to fill and satisfy for very long the appetites of 7 hungry children, especially if they are teenagers. Yet, a 2-pound package of organic rolled oats from Becker's costs $7.88. When cooked, this 2-pound package will yield approximately 20 servings. That comes to 39 cents per serving. That is a huge monetary difference in cost per serving and leaves plenty of grocery money to add some great toppings like berries or nuts. And I bet that one serving of a bowl of oatmeal that is loaded with lots of good soluble fiber, known for its ability to make you feel full longer, will be enough for even the hungriest appetite. And even if they needed a second serving, it is still cheaper than one serving of Raisin Bran. Now, if your kids aren't particularly fond of oatmeal, for variety, you can always make some great granola with those oats to suit your family's taste. Even baking up a batch of muffins from freshly milled flour is cheaper than that box of Raisin Bran. And again, those muffins will be much more filling and, of course, more nutritious. Being full and satisfied longer can greatly reduce the need for snacking between meals. And when you cut out snacks such as chips, cookies, or snack bars, you can really save some money. So let's look at snacks for a minute. Popular snacks for kids often include chips and crackers. So I did a little checking. Currently, an 8.5-ounce bag of Cheetos costs $4. The bag says that it has 9 servings of 21 pieces of Cheetos per serving. Now, I'm pretty sure anyone would agree that that is a complete joke. Who in the world would only eat 21 pieces of Cheetos? No kid that I know, or an adult for that matter. For most, that bag would be a single serving. perhaps 2 servings if the person is so inclined to share. Now, I'm not real big on counting calories, but I think it's important to point out a fact here that may often get overlooked. When you read the nutrition label on that bag of Cheetos, the calories listed is 160, but that is for only 1 serving of 21 Cheetos. The bag claims that there are 9 servings in that bag. Now, I want you to do the math. That one little 8.5-ounce bag of Cheetos that can easily be eaten in one sitting by one person provides 1,440 calories. That is more than 1/2 the daily total recommended calorie intake for both men and women. Even if you share and only ate half the bag, you're still consuming 720 calories in a snack that doesn't fill you up or satisfy and will probably actually leave you craving for more. And I am not even going to mention the lack of nutrition here. And healthier chips options are even more expensive and really offer negligible nutrition. Maybe this is where people get the idea that eating healthy is expensive. But if you replace these type of snack options with fresh fruit, even organic, you will get much more bang for your buck. Organic apples, even in the off season, are about $3 a pound. That's about 2 apples. And again, an apple will certainly be more filling and nutritious than any bag of Cheetos or any other chips, crackers, or some kind of fruit bar. And most people, even kids, are satisfied with just 1 apple. So definitely more economical and nutritious in the long run. I think you're probably getting the picture by now. Real foods are more nutritious, delicious, filling, and definitely more economical. I find it interesting that many people are so worried about bread making them gain weight, yet tend to consume many hidden calories in foods such as a bag of chips, a bottle of soda, or the popular specialty coffee drinks. When my kids were all at home, we would start our day with a good breakfast, such as pancakes made with Ezekiel flour topped with fresh strawberries and whipped cream. Or a bigger breakfast might be freshly ground grits, eggs, and toasted real bread. When we started the day this way, my kids weren't usually hungry again until late in the afternoon. It was a blessing to this homeschooling mom's ears to not hear children in the kitchen getting food, looking for food shortly after just cleaning up from the meal. Now, you really do not even have to do all this math that I've shared with you today. I think you will simply be pleasantly surprised as the money spent on groceries becomes less, but your family becomes more satisfied and happy with the real food they can enjoy. Several years ago, during my regular Bible reading time, a familiar verse caught my attention. Matthew 6, verse 25, tells us to stop worrying about our life, what we will eat, or what we will drink. When I first read this, I wondered if that's what I was doing, being concerned about what we were eating and choosing healthy foods for my family. But then I realized that I was simply wanting to eat only what God created for food. And that in today's world, that took a little more preparation and consideration. I also realized that today, perhaps this verse might apply to those who are overly concerned about calories or grams of fat and grams of carbohydrates in a particular food choice. As I stated in the beginning of today's episode, there is really no need to be overly preoccupied with calorie counting, serving sizes, or even fiber counting. When your food choices are real, these numbers will generally take care of themselves. Well, I hope that I have given you some food for thought today. Next week, I will continue with ideas of how to add a little diversity in your whole grain journey. But I'll go on and tell you now, I may get a little corny next week. Thank you for listening today. And until next time, this is Sue Becker from Bread Beckers with Sue's Healthy Minutes.
Sue's Healthy Minutes podcast has been a presentation by the Bread Beckers Incorporated located in Woodstock, Georgia. For more information, store hours, and learning opportunities, visit breadbeckers.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Make sure to subscribe to this podcast and never miss an episode. Share this with 2 friends who would benefit from this information, and be sure to join us again next week for more of Sue's Healthy Minutes.